You're very welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Elizabeth Kengonzi, and in today's video we are going to talk about the essence of death in a relationship. Please stay around and you'll know the importance of a death and how by the end of this video I'll give you four tips on how to make a very good death yet spending very little money. You want that? Stay around. Can we understand death? The best way to understand the death. This originates from its name, death. This is setting a specific period to meet up someone, just for a conversation, just to be with someone, spending time with someone. That is a death. This has been there since time immemorial. Recently, most gentlemen believe that we have copied this culture from abroad. We've copied it from the US, the UK, Russia. I've not been outside Uganda, please. Abroad means Kenya, Tanzania, Rwanda, and elsewhere. So we've not copied this. This has been there. I'll give an example. If you're to find out, most of our African couples, the old couples, our great grandfathers, they used to spend a lot of time together under a mango tree every afternoon, or on a weekend they just take a walk to the church. They would go dancing, they would go drink their best beer or best malwa. They used to spend time together as a couple. And the only difference is that now we have copied a name from the other countries and called it, and we've labeled it death. But it's been there. So please, if your boyfriend is telling you we should not do these things the Western style, tell them these things have been there. They've been there, and people have been doing them. The whole essence is to spend time together, to converse, to communicate, to resolve unresolved issues, to be together, to bond. And this is meant for only the two of you. While growing up, our parents always chased us away in the afternoons on weekends. Every weekend, they'll tell us, the week is so long, please you go. Don't call us unless one of you is in the hospital. But this whole time, they were bonding, the two of them. It was time to sit down and they communicate and they try to resolve things, or they just sit there. You'd find them sometimes they just dozed off. Instead of talking, they are just asleep together in the compound. And that was a death. For them, these are the deaths we are talking about. These days, the deaths have changed meaning to some extent. Most of us, when we speak of a death, the first thing that comes to our mind is going to a fancy hotel, dressing up wonderfully, and then you put on high heels and you go and spend 12 hours somewhere. No. A death can be very short. It can just be 1 hour. It can be in a free place. You don't necessarily have to eat something. It's good if you eat, but you don't have to always eat. But how are we going to make this a frequent practice within a relationship? We need to make this a practice so that it becomes a habit, it becomes a culture within our relationships. And for those who are not dating yet, this should be a standard for you. As you're starting your relationship, let it be a daily practice so that it becomes part of your relationship. It becomes so easy. Now, how are we going to convince our men with that African traditional thinking that deaths are from the West, are from these abroad rich countries? How are we going to convince them that actually deaths are down to earth, and all we need is just to converse, to just enjoy ourselves, to have some quality time, to express ourselves, to love on each other, just by spending time together? These are my 3 very simple tips on how to do it. Number 1, be committed, you as you. Are you committed to dating? Even if you're in a marriage, are you committed to going out and spending this time? What does the commitment take? Number 1, to be committed, that means if you really want this to happen, like on a weekly basis, you be committed and you make sure every single week it does happen. Because with your commitment, it will become a routine, and that routine will develop into a habit that's enjoyable, and your partner will get into it. First and foremost, be committed. You as an individual, get the commitment to dating on a frequent basis. It could be weekly, monthly, or daily. Daily is a bit hectic, but maybe monthly or weekly within your relationship. Number 2, as you communicate this idea of having frequent dates to your partner, make sure you leave it beneficial to them. If I'm telling my husband, I want us to start having dates every 3 months in our marriage, maybe I want us to start having dates every half a year in our marriage, I should give him reason why those dates are going to benefit him, not necessarily how they are going to benefit me. Don't go quarreling, we need to go on dates because I'm a woman, my friends are going out, no, that will never work. If anything, you feel that's an attack. Communicate to him in the version that is going to help him. Like, we're going to be out, you're going to get to know more about me, we shall get to resolve issues without quarreling about them. This is time for you to spend relaxing. And by the way, on these dates, you don't even have to speak all the time. You can be on a date and you're super quiet. You just let him doze off, you let him relax. Because if it's frequent, not always that you have a lot of activity filled. No, so it can be very relaxed, and you sell it to him based on what his needs are and what you know he likes most. So what does your partner need? What do they love? What's their love language? Come from that direction. What is it that appeals to them most? Point number 3, make it less costly. Less costly. I would say let it be cost-free, but that may not apply all the time. I'll give a very simple example. I'm going to make for you a video of one of our zero cost dates. Please ring the bell so that you always get the updates. 0. I spent 0 and we had fun and enjoyed ourselves. The thing is, it's up to your creativity. You as the woman, what is it you want to do on this date? Do you want to sit and relax? You can go to a place that doesn't require paying money. You go in the neighborhood. It can be even a walking distance in that you don't spend fuel, you don't spend on transport, you just walk there. You just go there, sit, relax. There are grounds everywhere. Go to a place. Here in Uganda we have this mosque. We have a mosque nearby. Yeah. In Uganda, we have so many places where you can go and you sit. They could be compounds of hotels. They could be another person's home. They give you their compound. You sit and you relax and you enjoy yourselves. You just talk. You can carry the drinks from home. You don't have to buy the drinks all the time. So you can have a date, but you make it a purpose. If it's every end of week, be present. Be there and have the date with your loved one and spend as little money as possible so that this habit does not become a burden on both of you. In so doing, you're going to encourage your partner to enjoy the dating life, to enjoy themselves, and to be motivated to keep going on the dates. These are very healthy. They will help our marriages, they will help our relationships to avoid surprises. There are so many things that happen and you don't know at what point did we grow such apart. But if you're going on dates frequently, this will not happen. Please don't forget to subscribe, to like, and to ring a bell for more of these. Thank you. See you.